What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of River City 93. I am your host, as always, Elliot J. Bar.
Time out. Time
Oh,
out.
God. I said River
Time
City
out.
93. This is how you know I have too many shows. My bad. Let's start this over. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Walkin 90, your favorite show where the host forgets what show he is hosting because he has 3 shows simultaneously recording all at the same time. I am mentally ready for the school year to end. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week to all the teachers out there. My mind went on autopilot. I apologize. As we say in the South, charge my mind, not my heart.
Charge it to the game, not my heart.
Oh, man, that is a start. First of all, how are y'all doing? My bad.
We good.
I should have known what show this is because neither one of y'all are white. So should have gone there.
Although this is the first show the 3 of us have done in a while.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Like a month. Like a month.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a lot of we don't have a lot of catching up to do. Because Kyle, you already done the last week's preview of the Jägermeister, all those results. By the way, go check our quick kicks. They're like 10 to 15 minute episodes. Real quick, we kind of recap everything. You hear one of us talk, just recapping what's going on, what we thought, and things like that. Eb, you got next week, right?
Sure.
Eb does not have next week because she definitely just looked at me. He's like, I guess.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So we're going to talk about the previous week's results. We're going to update you on the USL Chaos BCS. We're talking about US Open Cup, previewing some of those games that we got coming up, and the upcoming fixtures coming up. Oh, and also, some of these teams are Jekyll and Hyde, and we're going to talk about how do we best fix them. So, y'all, let's start off, talk about this week's preview results that happened in the wonderful land of USL League One. And I feel like Westchester, Portland, Texoma, and AV Alta in Naples are finally understanding why we say this is the wackiest league in USL League One, because nothing makes sense when everything is going your way. So much so that the game between AV Alta and FC Naples got postponed because Naples weather decided, y'all not flying out of here today. Not today. That game got postponed. So much so that Jake Dillinger went on Twitter and pretty much told the league to suck it.
They're like, oh, you're rescheduling. We ain't playing this match, so either you postpone it or it ain't happen. It's not happening today, one way or the other.
What I would have
that was hilarious.
I would have loved it if the league was like, no, y'all playing, and you just see like 11 AV Alta players stand out there in the field. It's like, all right, this is kind of awkward. Don't know what to do with my hands here.
I mean, you might as well challenge it. Fuck it.
That would have been hilarious to see.
Like what it is, like we literally cannot get there, so I don't know what you expect us to do.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have a third division league that is continental. Leagues need to rethink this. Just saying. You have 2 years before you make this pro rel thing happen.
And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. So, we did have Friday Night Football, which, guys, I want to ask you this question. I am a real believer that Friday nights, USL should take a hold of those. I think I made this point before in the podcast.
Yeah.
But I think Friday night should be USL night. Like, this should be the night where USL takes one game, highlight it, give it a good package, because nothing else is happening on a Friday night,
For now.
Yeah. For now. You're right. You have Richmond 3, Greenville 3. This game was all over the place. Felt like a basketball game on turf. Like Richmond never really got a real good hold of it. What would you guys view of it since you guys were not in City Stadium with me? So much so that you had to lose your hair because this team stresses you out. Well, defensively.
First of all, I was going to say, what defense? Y'all can't hold a lead worth shit.
No.
It's so you were up 3-2 on Greenville. You were up 4-3 on Westchester.
The lead lasted.
Up 4-3. We were down 3-4.
No, you went up to 3-2, and then they tied it, and then they went ahead.
Yeah.
So the good news
on
is
a pin that should have never been a pin.
Hey.
No, he tackled that man to the ground.
He did not.
I will say he was already going down, so you should have just
But
let
why
it
are you putting your hands on it? Why again? There's no need to put your hands on that man.
That's fine. My whole thing is you ain't calling that all game. Now all of a sudden you want to get the draws to call that. You know, we never talk about the game.
Yeah,
we're talking about Richmond. We're talking against Greenville. Two things that stand out for me. I'll give you two. On one hand, Richmond, they have an emerging striker in Josh Kirkland, back-to-back braces. Greenville, this is kind of the game that Greenville needed offensively to kind of get right because they've been kind of sputtering. I'm still kind of worried about like the striker there, but at least like, hey, you got some goals on the board and whatnot. And your three elder statesmen are looking to hold on. Like they seem to be doing great there. So yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those.
It's still not.
Sometimes
good for
you can pick a struggle. All right, you might struggle offensively, you might struggle defensively. And I said this earlier today on a different podcast. Pick a struggle, and Richmond have decided our struggle is going to be defending, and that's perfectly fine since they're scoring goals to make up for it.
I mean, for Richmond, yeah, like you said, they have seriously improved the attack because you don't win if you don't score. They said, well, let's try it. So, I mean, there's not a lot of games Richmond have played where it just looks like I don't even know the right word for it.
I mean, to be honest with you, every game that Richmond has played, outside of one, they have scored. Yeah. In the Charlotte's game, they had a pin. So it really like they almost scored in every game. It's just the defense is leaking. And I think it's leaking because of the way how Richmond plays. Like, it's this high-paced, counter-attacking style that leaves your center backs on an island. And if they get beat, well, then, hey, you're going to get some chances. Because it's just go, 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 go. Like, what it is, like, y'all remember the Phoenix Suns in the early 2000s with Steve Nash?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's exactly what Richmond is at this point.
Yeah. I was also going to say, I feel like the one thing Richmond is lacking is just like a center back that can keep the defense organized.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the bigger thing is because in the past you've had that center back. You've had that center back in the past. And this year it doesn't seem to be there. It feels like you're almost hoping that Dakota more or less has to organize the defense, but he is trying to keep hold of his midfield as well. Because it's basically four players in attack and maybe two people trying to defend that midfield.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's what's going on there. Huh?
I mean, the real question becomes, because for Greenville, just looking at some of the results that they've had, it's like when they go down one, they give up. Everything is just done for. And then you're just kind of like, well, what was the point of you coming out today if you weren't going to fight for it? Like not only are you doing that in away games, you're doing that at home. So what is the point?
They did do better this time. They went down early quickly and were able to turn around with two quick goals within like 5 minutes. So this was the first time where it was like, okay, they went down and they didn't just roll over. They were able to get themselves back into the game. Granted, then they blew the lead and then had to climb back. It's still a work in progress, but at least this time you could see like, oh, they didn't just roll over and give up this time for once, which is an improvement.
Yeah. I guess as a fan of the league, because like there's so many great things that happens in this league, it gets very worrying, especially if you've been, either you're day one or this is your first year. You've heard a lot about Greenville and what they can do. And then you get to this year, and everybody's going to have a rebuilding year at some point, but it doesn't even feel like that because they still are stuck on the same old players. But now it's costing them more than they are winning.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, it's like the old players are there, basically their back line.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a way how to look at it and see who's the oldest in the league, like by age or whatnot. But I feel like Greenville is probably up there because I think Sebastian Vasquez is 30 as well.
He came off the bench in this one, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if it's gonna be, I think Greenville is the oldest team in the league, unless Ford takes that takes that title now.
I don't know if Ford does this year. I don't know if they do this year.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, maybe Charlotte.
Oh, I forgot about Charlotte. I'm sorry. It's just
no. I was like, I think Charlotte might be.
It might be Charlotte.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Okay.
Well, Texoma might be because of Sante, but
oh my god.
We're not ready for a Yogi rant. We'll get to the Texoma Yogi blood pressure rant in a second.
It's not. All right. So you got Richmond 3-3. Then you had a practice game out of Madison between Madison and Union Omaha. The league was really hyping this up as like the bird battle, the battle of the birds. It's going to be intense. These teams are going to go at it. And 0-0. And these two teams combined, this is a hilarious stat. These two teams combined had more yellow cards combined than shots on target.
I mean,
how the floor is yours.
I mean, each
so they had 3 because there was only 2 shots on target.
Omaha had more yellow cards. Omaha didn't have a shot on target. That right there. Omaha had no shots on target. Every shot they had was going over. It was like they were kicking field goals in football. This was a match between 2 USL League One teams, and that is all I can really say. There was no.
Is that what we're gonna stick with? It was just 2 teams looking to fill a quota.
Y'all
had to get the game done.
They played 90 minutes. They passed the ball. There was somewhat half-ass attempts. It was not fun to watch. It sucked to watch. This match was awful. And I think the biggest thing, it was like both of these teams showed they are really struggling offensively. And it wasn't even like, oh, it was a 0-0, but like there are a lot of saves and like a lot of like concepts of that. No, it was you do a couple passes, maybe you let a shot off if you're Omaha, it goes over that. If you're Madison, you it's like a very tame shot that wasn't going to threaten.
Yeah.
This match fucking sucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, we've had a lot of these games that there's been a lot of up and down in all of these games. Like you had I guess we'll call it the excitement of Richmond versus Greenville. Then you had the lull, like bedtime, put this on if you just need ambient noise.
This was you can go on and run your errands. You're not going to miss anything.
This is the Melatonin Derby, baby.
But the Charlotte Texoma game,
it was like, okay, take your nap and then go sniff some cocaine. Go snort some cocaine and watch this Texoma Charlotte match.
Because what is this?
Bro, why is Solomon Asante a striker?
It worked. It worked.
What, you're gonna make this man be a winger and run back and forth? Like you already wanted to rant about how he shouldn't be running up and down the pitch. Keep him up top. Let him do his no.
You need to be on the bench.
Look, this is all they got, and it worked. Texoma was up 2-0.
They were up 3. What was it? No, they came back and tied it. They tied the game
2-0, and then they're down 3-2. And then
right. They were up 2-0. At halftime, it was 2-1. They immediately score after halftime, so it was 2-2, and then it was 2 goals, quick succession, back to back, to make it 3-2 to Charlotte Independence. Texoma tied it super late, 84th minute, and then gave up a penalty in the 95th.
All I know is, man, is that
you didn't even have to do all that. Why were you not just playing it safe? You literally were so close. So close. Texoma.
Like, and the thing is, like, when you go look at the Chaos BCS, which the graphic will be coming out tomorrow. Like, this is their first positive game, and they lost still. That to tell you about how bad this team is. Like, this. Oh my god, man! The defending is bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah,
I think that's really like what kills me about Texoma, because it's like they do some impressive things offensively, right? Do I like Samuel Asante starting every game up top? No. Absolutely not.
Hey, if you're going to score those free kicks, though, you may as well. If you're going to be,
he scored one.
He
ain't like he putting bangers in the back of the net.
Did you hear the dad voice he gave you? That one.
Like, it's just this, from goalkeeper to center back to fullback. This is bad, and I just need Texoma to realize we have a better chance going 6-4-0 and just trying to play defense and just clean this up and just hope to next year. Like, just do what Fuego did and let everyone go. Like, at the end of the year, not a single defender should get a new contract. It should not happen. And if it does happen, somebody is getting scammed.
I feel like Texoma is what you are to defense, like AV Alta is to Ebony and I in attack, where it just infuriates you.
Oh my god!
Because it's
AV
just.
Alta. We'll get to AV Alta because that pisses me off so.
Bro,
I know.
Okay, we can talk about AV Alta. You know what? You're right, huh?
We got to talk about Charlotte. Because how the fuck do you let them go up 2-0 on you, and then how do you let them come back on you 3-3?
Because Charlotte built on vibes. Charlotte gonna play like how you play. So if you want to play like defensively, Charlotte like, all right, cool, we can do this. If you want to open it up, Charlotte like, hey, we would it. Like, this is awesome.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
You don't, but you're talking about the youngest team in USL League One. Like, they're just like, hey, whatever, we're going for it.
No, Charlotte is basically, why defend when you can just score? If you score on every shot on target, we will be okay. That's what they've been going on the, well, if we shoot it on target, we score. So all we got to do is just keep shooting, and eventually we'll score enough goals to win.
Like, I feel like Charlotte coach go out there and be like, hey, guys, we're practicing defense. And Charlotte's like, ha, you can practice that.
Bitch, you thought like that's
why would you practice defense? Look at this attack that we got. Why would we defend?
Is defense on the field with us right now?
We got Medence, we got Cheney, we got Alvarez, we have Omar Sit. Why would we defend?
Cheney looked at that man and was like, sir, no. Absolutely not. Not today.
I didn't come here to defend.
There's a reason why I left Madison, sir. They were asking me to defend. Absolutely not. Not in this place. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what you get. All right. So, we talked about that game. We can go talk about, because we did forget, AV Alta did play in a weird Jägermeister game. I don't understand why there was a Jägermeister game this week.
Because it's the USL.
It made no sense because it's the only one. Because the next Jägermeister games aren't to the end of the month. So, why are we playing now? I don't get it. But Kyle, I 100% understand now why AV Alta pissed you off. Because as I watched this game, and I'm just like, yo, just put somebody in the box. Like,
this team's so
why do we have 5 people on the outside of the box just holding the ball? Like, bro, just someone get in the box. And then, like, Las Vegas was annoying because I'm like, Las Vegas, just slow down. Like, if you slow down, you can win this game 3-4-0. Like, it's like watching 5-year-olds play FIFA and you're like, oh my God, like, this is annoying.
This team keeps every time. It's like if I went to you, I just brought you in. You don't know anything about this league. You don't know anything about American soccer. And I put you in front and have you watch AV Alta play 90 minutes. You would think, damn, this team is great. How are they do? Are they in championship? No, but they're competing with championship teams. Oh, okay. They must be running USL League One. No. Because they do everything but fucking score when they make it impossible to score.
They took Sacramento to the fucking ringer and didn't score. Just didn't score. Like
when I saw this team led the league in possession, I was like, oh, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
But it's not like they're just passing it sideways. They're actually making progressive passes forward.
God.
That's the thing that pisses me off.
Look at the stats for the Vegas game. The Vegas game. They had the most shots on goal, held 73% of the possession.
Hey, Kyle.
Are you serious?
What's this weekend?
I don't know.
Guess what game is happening this weekend?
Oh, God. I'm going to look at the schedule because I'm going to get annoyed.
Guess what game is happening this weekend?
Oh, AV Alta and Texas.
Ain't no fucking way. Something has to give.
Our personal hatred.
I'm just saying, AV Alta in the first half had more passes than Las Vegas had the whole match. AV Alta had more passes in the opposition half than Las Vegas had passes total.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it now. That's my chaos game.
Yes.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
I'm going to sit there. I'm going to watch this. I'm staying up to watch it, and I'm going to regret it Sunday morning, but I got to stay up and watch this.
Sir, people have to live.
Yeah, no. I swear, if that game is 0-0, I might not. Whatever. We move on to yesterday's results. It's Sunday. You had Portland Hunter Pine. They had 5,000 plus out there. Shout out to all the Portlanders.
Because Gino just shows up wherever the fuck Gino was here.
That does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me.
That is the least surprising part of this.
I think it was 5.7 actually. That was there for that game. But One Knock should really be upset because they should have walked through this game with a win. Like,
yeah, they scored in the second minute, and
it's not even that. It's the goal they gave up. It's a bad clearance. And granted, like, Portland capitalized. And you can't get mad because Portland finished it. But if that defender clears that, like, properly clears that, I don't think Portland has another shot in this game. I don't remember one in the highlight package or anything.
That's wild because they had the most shots. And
this was a better attacking. This is probably the best attacking showing Portland has shown all season in all competitions.
Yeah, they had one shot on target in the second half. So outside of that, like, Portland wasn't going to do anything.
Portland, Madison, and Omaha all have the same issue of there's maybe one at most. I don't think Portland has any. While Madison and Omaha have maybe one person where you're like, oh, I trust them to get a goal. Portland does not have that. Madison and Omaha have like one. Yeah, I would say one, maybe two. But Portland does not have it.
Yeah.
At all. And it's, again, the goal they scored was not necessarily like Portland doing anything spectacular. It was One Knox fucking it up.
Pretty much. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, it was really like a baffling game because it felt as a game that's like, all right, One Knox is controlling this.
Yeah.
And then just one set piece, credit once again to Wada for finishing it, because like very easily that ball could slice and go out the back of the end. I mean, back of the half, and One Knox ride this game out 1-0. Like, I think this is a game where One Knox is going to be like if there's a difference between One Knox finishing first and second, I think you could go back and look at this game and be like, all right, this is the reason why. Like, you shouldn't drop this game because you were so much in control. Like, Portland had two, like, once again, he had 2 shots, none in the second half.
Yeah, it's an improved showing for Portland, but it still wasn't enough. And yeah, Knoxville should feel as though that's one. Yeah, like you said, this is one of those where if they miss out on a shield or if they miss out on a
home, let's say a home playoff game, something like that, right?
Yeah,
like,
if they miss out on something because of like the 2 points they drop, this is going to be like the match where you go, oh yeah, we should have had it.
Yeah. And then the last game. Spokane Velocity 3, Pinchester 1. That is their name. That is their name.
That's fair.
That is their name. I am convinced that Westchester leads USL teams in pins. Like, it feels like every game Westchester finds a way how to get a pin. It feels like it.
I mean, I'm going to look up how many penalties they've gotten. So they are tied for first with 3, and this is just USL League 1. They have 3. Torment has 3. Chad has 3.
Just, you
know who doesn't have penalties in this league right now?
Who?
Madison and Omaha, because he would have to show any form of attack. And Portland had 1, and they missed it.
That is true. Yeah. So, I mean,
although Richmond has 2, and they've missed both. So,
yeah.
So, question, because we keep getting these same people in our mentions where I go, I thought that Spokane would be better because they retained a lot of people. They had a winning formula. And everybody's like, we didn't keep enough people. We didn't blah, blah, blah. And we were asking the questions of, is this team what we think they are? Because you did keep a lot of your same players, but you just added a couple more. And now you're
it's like you had Louis Heel, you had Waldeck, you had Andre Lewis and Joe May. You had dudes that were a big reason why you made the run you did. And then you go and add someone like Neil Vinyals. You add Lucky Opara. You have Jalen Chrysler, who hasn't played yet, but you did add 2 dudes as well. That's why the expectations were higher.
I'm just trying to figure out where are those people now, because now you're in first in the league. And
well, it's the thing that we've always said. We were like, this Spokane team is supposed to be good. And everyone that covers the league says Spokane should be one of the top teams in USL League 1, right? Our thing was Spokane isn't playing up to that because they are very they felt like they were just in neutral. Like they felt like everything was just kind of coasting along and it was just supposed to happen for them. You're starting to see that dominance out of the Spokane side that, if you go look at this game against Westchester. Westchester has a pin. The game's tied 1-1. And it's tied 1-1. Westchester misses the pin, and then Spokane Velocity kind of turns it up to another level and goes ahead and blows this games out, 3-0. And you go look at in the past games that Spokane has played, because they've been in a good run of form as well. They haven't dropped the game since the U.S. Open Cup game, and that was the game that was the real frustration point. It was because of it was the same thing that was the beating them that they just couldn't figure out. But
I said all that to say, y'all can Venmo me and just put in the thing.
I'm also going to say
all the fans that were like, no, but my Venmo will be listed underneath. You know what? I'm gonna change my name to my Venmo so that you can Venmo me $5 for being wrong.
I'm still going to pump the brakes as well.
No,
because the schedule has been a lot kinder to them.
Which is why we were asking these questions.
Right. Like, you had Greenville, who is struggling. You drew 0-0 to Portland. You beat a not good Texoma team. You should have lost to AV Alta. You played an Oakland Roots team that was okay. That didn't go full strength. Then you have Western. Like, it's not as though, like, the two big tests they've gotten, they blew a 2-0 lead against Knoxville, and they lost to Naples. And both of those are at home. So the schedule has also gotten a lot easier for them. Yeah. Like, that does need to be taken into consideration.
But on the flip side of that, like, these are the games that Spokane is supposed to win. Right. Like, they're supposed to be the Texoma. They're supposed to be the AV Alta. They're supposed to be the Westchester. If anything, like right now, you can say outside of maybe One Knox and Naples. Yeah, well, let me take that back because Naples is probably the best team in League One defensively.
Yeah.
Like, Spokane is probably right there along with One Knox as well. One Knox is giving up 3 goals, but, like, if you ask me who attack I trust more, it's probably Spokane. It's just given because you got Luis Gill and the potency of that attack. I still look at it as this. Like, certain teams in this league, I put them in different tiers. Like, there are maybe 3 good teams, like definitely good teams in this league. There's a whole lot, like a good list of okay to good teams. So like mid, and then there's Texas
and Portland. I feel like we're gonna have to put Portland in that.
I'm not putting Portland yet because we only see 4.
That's a little harsh on Portland. I mean, to be fair, they've only played like 4 games. Yeah.
I'm just saying, none of those games, they've looked really good.
Well, yeah, you're right. We'll come.
I'm just saying, like, we will. Texoma rightfully does get slammed, but it's not like Portland's really doing themselves any favors. And were it not for Texoma being historically bad, we'd also be looking at Portland like, okay, but when are we going to start? When are we going to start getting something?
Yeah. And I mean, like, look, 3 of their games are draws, which I think, their first 2 were 0-0s. Give them credit for this. They went to Naples, they got a draw there. We know how tough Naples is. And they got a draw against a One Knox team, and we know how good One Knox is. So this team is a lot, I'm not going to say a lot better, but they're better than Texoma. But they're probably at the bottom rung of, like, mid to bad. Like, they're in that bracket of mid to bad. Like, it's them, Chattanooga, AV Alta, like that bad to okay. Like, these are the teams that are fighting for 8th place. I'll put them there.
Yeah, fair.
So, all right. So yeah, that's the league all talked about and wrapped up. I feel like we could go all day on that, but what we got next in the rundown, Ev? I totally forgot my place.
Open Cup?
Oh, yeah. Open Cup.
We have Open Cup, Jekyll and Hyde, and the next
Chaos.
weekend.
Oh, right. I thought we were doing Chaos. Okay, anyway, yeah.
So, U.S. Open Cup. If you haven't seen the news, give CBS. This is why I believe CBS should be the official home of American soccer because they actually care. We will have a whip around show for the U.S. Open Cup.
No, I actually did not know that. So
yes, that just got announced like today.
Right.
Or like
so you do not need to have multiple illegal streams from Hungarian open to watch this. You can put on CBS Golazo, watch the Whip Around show, and watch gloriously. Now, on this show, you know us. We only talking about one league and the one league that matters. So, folks, let's start off. You got Nashville Soccer Club welcoming Chattanooga Red Wolves in the Tennessean game. I'm not going to say derby because it's not a derby. You cannot call it a derby if you only have one meeting between you and you have never officially played. It's not a derby. If I hear them say derby,
unless it is Chattanooga, I'm seeing Chattanooga Red Wolves. That is the one time where they only played once, but that was a derby. That counts.
You have history.
There's hatred.
I mean, they're calling the NCFC Charlotte FC game a rivalry.
We're just making shit up.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of someone. Like, don't play in my face. Like, stop. Don't play in my face.
Oh.
There are no devices available in office.
Yeah.
Shut up, Alexa. Ain't nobody talking to you. All right. So we got that game, and don't interrupt me. And then we got FC Dallas versus AV Alta, and then we have Union Omaha, St. Louis City. And I'm trying to think, is there anyone else on this, or is that everyone? Yeah,
That's everyone, because
That's everyone.
the other team is
Texoma and Portland, but we don't care about that.
Well, that's not Open Cup, so that's not. Yeah.
All right, so let's start off. Nashville versus Chattanooga Red Wolves. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since we played Chattanooga this week and we have never officially won in Chattanooga, I want this game to be dirty as hell. I need Nashville to win by 6. I need multiple Chattanooga red cards. I need injuries. And yeah, like I have no hope for Chattanooga in this game. I'm sorry. I don't. Like,
Are they playing that at Giannis Park?
Yes.
They're playing this game at they're playing it in the big stadium. Well, they don't. There's only one.
Well, they have to.
You
you can't play it at like your temp ground anymore. You have to play it at your, which I love. But
it's gonna be. I mean, Chattanooga didn't look good in the Jaeger Cup matchup against Birmingham. Nashville's playing decent.
They're very up and down.
So
that's what I'm saying. They're playing decent.
Okay, let's focus on Chattanooga. So the 3 games that Chattanooga has played, based on the USL Chaos BCS ranking, and this is a fair reflection of how vibesy your team is to watch or how poorly your team is to watch in a game. These are their 3 scores: -6.75, -9.25, -9.25. Y'all, this game about to be done. Like if Nashville not up by 2 by 30 minutes, something wrong.
All I'm gonna say is, if I'm Nashville and it is not over by halftime, I would start throwing an absolute fit in the locker room.
If honestly, if I'm Nashville and I'm not up 2-0 within the first 20 minutes, somebody's got to get fired.
No, because I feel like Chattanooga is going to try their best to just intentionally, like, what we're going to take this to pens. We will take this to pens.
Chattanooga about to shit house this game.
They're like, we're not risking anything. We're going to go low block.
You talk about Marino. A low block, bro. They about to have 8 people to stand in front of the goal. That's what they about to do. You talk about a team that in USL League One has the lowest average possession of any team. We're talking about in League One. What you think they about to do against the MLS side? Hey, all 9 of y'all see that goal? Stand there. I wouldn't be surprised if he put 2 goalkeepers on the field. I don't know if it's legal or not, but they about to do it.
This is a Chattanooga team that has
they already had 2 goalkeepers on the field already.
2.4 shots on target. That is Chattanooga's 2.4 shots on target per match.
Bro,
they are not. That's why if I understand if Nashville takes forever to get that first goal and maybe the second goal, but if it's not over by the 60th minute, that's a problem.
Nashville is so like up and down with results. It's crazy. So
I do not care. If you can beat an MLS team 7-2, I need 9.
If you're playing a team that lost 3-1 and that one was a very late consolation goal, you better figure out a way to score. You better work up any set piece routine possible. You're gonna have to. It's gonna be a lot of practice. You're gonna be doing a lot of free kicks and a lot of corners.
Oh yeah, but pretty much Chattanooga is like pure defense.
They're the opposite of Charlotte, where it's like, no, attack, no.
Let me ask you this honestly. What's the over-under possession for Chattanooga in this game?
Possession, 25%.
I'll give them 30 because I feel like at some point they will have to try and score.
I'm saying 30. Like it's 30. I'm at 30.
Okay, so are we setting it at as the over under 30?
That's what I'm going with.
Let's set it at 27.
Okay.
I'll
said
say
it
over,
27,
but barely.
and I'll take the under.
I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if this team has more than 30% possession. I need Nashville to put them paws on. Ben's Chattanooga FC.
Wow.
Let me just
Nashville
ask
ain't
this.
never heard of either one of these teams.
They didn't. What do you guys think the chances are Chattanooga FC fans have bought tickets to go to this game just to root against the Red Wolves?
0. It's a Tuesday. Like, I don't know how close Nashville and Chattanooga is. I feel like that's not one of those we're gonna go on a Tuesday.
I mean, hey, we'll see.
Chattanooga to Nashville?
I don't know how far that is.
Can't be that far. I feel like it's
probably a couple hours.
Maybe 2. I don't know. Well, y'all look at that up. We'll go on to the other game that's happening. FC Dallas versus AV Alta.
Oh my god.
Now,
I believe in AV Alta.
You believe in what?
Look, they
no, they're gonna piss
bullshit.
me off.
Well, I've got time to listen to that. That bullshit. What?
AV Alta will do what they always do.
Exactly.
They will have a lot of possession. They will look solid. They will not do anything with it. It is going to frustrate everybody.
Dog, I'm gonna keep it a band with you. If AV Alta go into this game and be like, we gonna try to get 70% possession, they gonna get slaughtered.
Maybe.
FC Dallas is not having a fun time right now.
Right.
Yo.
This is not like high quality FC Dallas. This team ain't good.
Now I would say this is probably the one game where I'm like, if any League One team has a shot as an upset, is this game. But I know AV Alta. And you know they not just going, hey, let's sit back, let's counterattack, and let's go get this, win. What AV Alta? Kyle, what AV Alta gonna do?
They're going to make a lot of promising attacks, and that's going to lead up to nothing, and they're going to lose like 2-1. If Omaha was playing Dallas, I'd have much more faith in Omaha.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more faith in Omaha versus St. Louis. Like, they're also not having a fun time.
I don't know about Omaha. Like, I feel like Omaha will actually, I don't know. Omaha's going to need to do what they did against San Antonio. That's get an early enough goal and just park the bus, because if St. Louis gets an early goal, Omaha's done.
St. Louis
AV Alta's going to make it. See, AV Alta's going to do their normal shit. They're going to look really good. They're going to look like the better team, and they will find a way to lose.
So the problem is St. Louis doesn't score early. So that's where Union can truly come in and.
Well, also, we had precedent in this game because the last time these teams played in the Open Cup in 2023, it was 5-1. I think it's going to be the same. Like, it might not be 5-1. It might be 3-1, maybe 4-2.
5-1. But that St. Louis team was better than this St. Louis team.
Well, and also, in all of League One history, this is probably on paper the worst Union Omaha team. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
And those Union Omaha teams that were stacked, you felt confident them going against MLC because it's like, you've seen it. I'm not confident in this Union Omaha team going to MLS side and trying to win.
That's what I'm saying. They need to get an early goal so they can sit back defensively. Because if they have to go out and chase for a goal, I don't have confidence in them doing that.
Yeah. So it just feels, I don't know. It feels kind of like a reach. That's like a reach. So let me ask you this. Okay. In order of rankings, if you had to pick, if we got to pick one game, that is, we're definitely confident in getting to the next round. Who do you have the most confidence in out of the three?
Ironically, AV Alta. They play the best. They play well enough. So I have more faith in AV Alta finding a way and looking like the better team. It's just going to frustrate us.
He's not wrong, but it's like that.
The same thing.
Okay, but you were making it seem like it was like automatic. It's like a 30% chance AV Alta gets them.
Come on.
You were like, man, AV Alta about to.
Yes. You know exactly what's about to happen. You know,
if AV Alta go out there and try to play like Prime Barca, we gonna fight.
No, I'm just saying. If you said if we had to pick, it is AV Alta is the best choice. But they are going to be the most frustrating.
Yeah. What team do you think has the least?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, yeah. I talk a lot of game, but it's Chattanooga.
We don't have to overthink that one.
Hey, Nashville, look at me. I need 9. I need 9
is crazy.
You know what I need? I need this to be like that early college football game where it's like a big time SEC school going against a small Southern Christian school. And by the third quarter, it's 52-0. We playing the freshmen. That's what I need. I need blood.
Blood? That's crazy.
Yeah, I need the scoreline to get nasty. So nasty that Chattanooga players start to question life decisions. Like maybe soccer is not for me anymore. That's what I need. And I only say this
because
because
I don't want them to have an ass whoop because then they're going to come back pissed off and they're going to take it out on your team.
Kyle, see now you
No. You just need a simple like 2-0, 3-1 loss. You don't want 9 because you're
no, because then 2-0 means we got confidence. We play close for the MLS side. No,
I need
despair.
Wow, this is proper.
If I was on the receiving end of losing 9-1, you know what I'm going to do? I want to fight someone.
I
would want to fight someone, and you're the next opponent, and we will want to fight you.
Okay, I feel like a middle ground is like 5-0. Like I just need like that seed of thought where you just like maybe I need to retire. Maybe this is it.
And the goals have to be like, they're just simply better than us. Like it needs to be like well worked, prime bar, like quality build up play.
I need 6 goal in a month in this game from that.
No, because you can chalk it up to that was game. Like game's game. They just had bangers that like you can't do much about that. It needs to be we are not good. They are so much. You need that. You don't want bangers because then it's like, that was just like they wouldn't do that again. It needs to be a thorough ass whooping.
There's a lot of feelings.
I'm just saying. I'm looking at it from if I was getting my ass beat. Like I watched the NHL Game 7 with the Jets and Blues. My team just blew a 3-1 lead, and literally the tying goal was like 2 seconds left in the game, and then you lose in double overtime. I don't want to shake hands.
That wasn't
the same thing with Chattanooga. I don't want to go and try and play this nice football. I want to just go hard, 2 foot in.
Wow. Okay.
This is Chattanooga.
Chattanooga's getting the red card. It's happening.
Right. They're gonna want to fight.
Yeah, they getting the red card. All right. So yeah, that's U.S. Open Cup. Once again, games are going to be on Paramount Plus. There will be a whip around show. Make sure you watch that. It will be fun. I can promise you that. Moving on ahead, we are going to go look at. Also, guys, I found this, which I think is pretty interesting. So I'll put this up on the board for us since we were talking about it. This right here is a list of the oldest and youngest teams in USL League One. As you can tell, Fort Madison has the oldest squad at 27.5. Charlotte has the youngest at 24.
What?
Oh yeah, remember Charlotte was signing all those like dudes at the last minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Spokane 27.1, Greenville. Then you got Westchester, Union, Omaha, Portland, Hearts of Pine, South Georgia, Sacramento, One Knox, Texoma. I wonder if you take Samuel Asante in this squad. I feel like that drops to 24. FC Naples, Chattanooga Red Wolves, AV Alta, Richmond Kickers, Charlotte Pickens. So yeah, that's the whole list.
I'm curious about the average
thought
age
that
of like
Greenville
the
was one of the
starting
highest.
11. I wanted to what is it like? What would it be if you just took like their best 11? Then how does that go? I would be curious about that.
That I don't know.
Because then I think Charlotte would be higher because again, Charlotte just added like a bunch of dudes at the last minute.
So yeah. And then if you want to go based on transfer market value, which I don't think Naples is at a 14K, but Madison has the most expensive squad in the league. Yeah.
That's fair, sort of.
So yeah. In Chattanooga, I mean, Charlotte, for how young they are, is right here. I think close to them. So yeah. Just thought I want to share that with you. All right. Eb, what's next on the rundown, homie?
What is next? We have Jekyll and Hyde teams, and then the next game's up.
All right. So
to be fair, the Jekyll and Hyde was your brainchild, like right before we started recording. So I didn't really know how we were gonna work that one in.
We'll figure this. Okay, look. So we'll throw out 3 teams, and we won't say super long on this, but we have 3 teams: Richmond, Greenville, Union, Omaha. 3 Jekyll and Hyde teams, right? 3 teams where there is an obviously issue that we need to fix. How do we fix that issue? So we'll start off with Greenville. How do you go about getting Greenville back to where they are? Back to where they need to be?
I think they need a dominant midfielder. I think that's one of the biggest problems. I feel like there's no midfield with them. There's no one that can make that move from defense, take it from the defense and carry the ball forward or get the ball and get it to your wingers or attackers. I feel like that's what is lacking. Because if you think about other Greenville teams, they've always had that kind of midfielder, whether it was Gavilanes, whether it's Aaron Walker, Lucas Coutinho, they've always had someone like that.
Yeah. What you say?
I was just trying to figure out. See, this is why this is hard. They need a lot of things. I think what they're truly missing is just that voice to bring it all together. There's nobody who's their captain this year?
Evan Lee. But I mean, think about it. He had 3 of the patriarchs of USL League. Him, Tyler Pollock, Brandon Fickey. So you have veteran leadership there.
But where are they locker room leadership? Because there's nobody there right now, at least on the field with them, that's
So you feel like you need someone else outside of that 3 to kind of pick up the baton and be like, yo, we got to do this.
Yeah. There's someone's got to be the you have the leader that's going to talk you through it. You need someone that's going to be in your face on the field. No, you need to be going here. You need to be keeping it something. There's it feels like there's just a lack of direction while on the field.
Okay.
Because we said, the only game they have not truly given up is the Richmond one where they were tied 3-3.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem is they're giving up and there's no one's it doesn't sound like it. Whatever it is, there's something happening where there's a disconnect as soon as they walk onto the field. And I need that person, whoever that person is that can bring them all back together to play a complete game. I need that person to step forward, come to the front immediately.
So for me, I would say this. I think one, you got to get a little bit younger in the attack. Just get some youth out there. But then also, and I'm going to contradict myself by saying this. I agree with you. I think they just need you need a bulldog and center defensive mid.
Yeah.
And I probably have the perfect signing, and it's going to hurt me to say this. If there's a way for Greenville to go get Zaka Moran on a 6-month contract for the rest of the year, go do it. Because he will allow you, what was Zaka's key skill in USL League One? Tackle the shit out of you, get his normal yellow card, and let you go play attack. That will work. And you tell him also, hey, you don't have to run as much because we're pretty defensively sturdy. So, yeah. All right. So the other team we have that is Jekyll and Hyde, Richmond. They have scored 17 goals. They have given up 15.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what I will say. And I'll see how y'all feel about this. For me, move Dak back to center back, pair him with Griffin Garnett or Clyde Chella or whatever. And find a defensive mid that is comfortable screening in front of the back four, but that is also mobile at the same time. So that might sound like a lot, but I feel like that's what's missing.
I was just going to say, like I mentioned earlier, I think they just need a center back. And whether that is move Dakota back, I don't know. They need someone like Jalen Chrysler. When it comes, you need an imposing center back.
That is honestly the perfect signing.
Yeah.
That is the perfect signing.
You need that kind of, because if you look at most of these teams, they have one of those center backs where it's okay, they're going to be in the right spot. They're going to make the right clearance. They're going to be where they need to be. And I don't think Richmond has that as their center back.
That is honestly the perfect signing. We're just signing ex-Richmond players to everywhere in the league. We got Zaka going to Greenville, Jalen going to Richmond.
I mean, you can put it on center back, but it's the whole damn back line. It's the whole thing. I guess if you're fixing one piece at a time, yes.
Yeah.
But
that's the only part that concerns me because that's the spot that has, I think, the least amount of depth. I mean, granted, now also knock on wood, Simon Fish is an Iron Man in USL League One, so right back is fine, and Maxey at left back, he's all over. He's a marauder. I don't understand it how this man is still moving the way he is at 34 years of age. More speed to him. But yeah, if we can find a center back like Jalen, yeah, our defense hasn't been the same since Jalen left. That's not it. Damn, I took that for granted. That's a good one, Kyle. That's a good one. So then we got Union Omaha. And for me, honestly, they need a striker.
I was going to say, they just need to score.
They need a striker.
That's all their guess.
And I'm trying to think who is out there that they can use.
Honestly, I think the player that they probably could have used is already on a USL 1 team.
I was about to say they definitely could have used Cheney.
I was gonna say,
oh my god!
I mean, that is one. I was thinking either Ropa or Marsh. I think one of them would have been.
Yeah, that's.
Yup. That's what I was going to say because I went back and looked last year, who was the Golden Boot winner, who was in the Golden Boot race. If Mensah was fourth,
but you just need someone that can stretch the field and keep the center backs occupied, which can allow Gallardo to kind of make those late runs into the box. Because I think that's also the problem is last year you had Dos Santos and you had other dudes that can take up that attention. And then Gallardo can come in, and now you don't have that. So now it's like, okay, you could just zero in on Gallardo.
You know who's another player that I would love to see be in Union Omaha, who I think would help out a lot, is Alisane Dufe, who played for Lexington.
Oh, yeah.
He's at Detroit now out on loan, but him and Union Omaha, I think it would work. I think that would be a good one. Yeah. Damn, Kyle, you did good at this.
Honestly, I should really just do these signings for these teams, honestly.
Should. I mean, we all should, honestly, the way how some of these teams be working out. Whatnot. All right. I think that's everything. I think the last thing we got to go now is our preview of USL League One games.
Yeah.
For this upcoming week.
Yeah. Let's see. Are we starting with? We have a Friday match again.
Whoop whoop.
One Knox versus Forward, and then on Saturday we have Westchester versus Charlotte.
Okay.
Red Wolves versus Richmond.
Okay. I like
Tormenta versus Spokane.
Mm-hmm.
Omaha versus Portland, and AV Alta versus Texoma.
So no Sunday night games this week.
No, but there's a Wednesday Red Wolves versus Naples
at 12.
Yeah.
oh. Excuse me, what?
Yep. Oh no, I thought I was like, oh yeah, Sunday at 11 Central. That makes sense. No. Nope.
This game's at 12.
Some of these players are going to be able to get home in time, both for Naples and Chattanooga, to get their kids off the bus.
Who thought of this guy? Like, who thought this was a good idea?
Bro, this game's at 12? It's 11 o'clock their time. That's 11 o'clock their time.
Yes, on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
Why? You could have put this shit on a Sunday?
Bro, it better be kids at this game.
How? They're at school.
No, you know how they do like the community day where they like schools come out to the game?
I don't think they did. Let's be real.
I swear to God.
Field trip.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, is there a promo going on for this game?
Right. Like there has to be something. Why is this game at 12?
Oh my God.
On a school day. That's how you know you get old. Like, hold on, school day.
No, that sounds like these kids got school. What do you mean? Are there kids in it? No, they should be in school.
I mean, that's the day. School's almost over. Just let them have it.
I mean, Chattanooga barely puts anything up on their website anyway. So
there is no reason this game should be on noon.
Like, why is this game 12? I need to know this. Okay, I can't find out why the game was 12, but the game is at 12. Sure. Whatever. That just threw me off completely.
They could have put it at like 3 and let like people get out of school, and like no one's gonna go to this game.
Watch that be like the most high scoring game we have all season. All right,
Three falls into fours and doesn't make a sound. That's going to be this match. If a match has 10 goals, but no one was there to see it, did it ever actually happen?
I mean, there'll be videotape of it.
I mean, maybe not, because Texoma and Charlotte never got their highlights put up.
Oh well, yeah. That game that was just. What?
You're telling me you had highlights for Omaha Madison 0-0, but you didn't have highlights for Texoma Charlotte 3-4?
Oh yeah, that is true.
There were highlights for the Omaha game?
Yeah, it lasted, I think, 3 minutes.
That's so mean to whoever had to edit that together.
Hey, you got to show those tackles. You got to show those missed chances. You know.
It was bad.
Anyway.
All right. So we'll start off with the first game. Who we taking, One Knox or Fort Madison?
One Knox.
Draw.
Wow.
I'm not picking them to lose. I can't do it. The heart says draw.
I'm gonna go Madison.
Really? Okay.
I think One Knox is going to be like kind of punch drunk for the Portland game still, and I think Ford Madison's going to get him on the counter. It'll be like 1-0, but I can see it happening. Yeah, no, I really don't know why this game is at 12. I'm sorry, I'm still like on this.
Oh, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Westchester versus Charlotte.
Oh, God.
That's 3-2. Which way? I don't know.
Does Westchester get a pin in this game?
Yes.
They get a pin every game.
Do you see Charlotte? It's Charlotte defending. There's going to
Why
be.
is this game at 4?
That makes some sense. I can understand that one.
No, it doesn't.
No, that is more understandable than a game on 12 on a Wednesday.
I mean, yeah. Also, Westchester fans, now 914 infantry. Whatever I'm about to say, it has no reflection on y'all because I know y'all have no control over it. Have y'all seen Westchester's field?
Oh yeah, no. It's oof.
I understand. Look, get it where you can year one, but I need y'all to work on this. Like, I need y'all to get a field without multiple lines on it.
It reminds me of Ford Madison at Hart Park, but that was because of COVID. There was a reason they had to do that. They got to do better.
Yeah.
I'll say Westchester. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna
Westchester.
go draw.
It's gonna be 3-2. That's all I got for you.
That's fair.
Chattanooga versus Richmond.
I'll go draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go draw.
Consider Richmond just has some like mental block when it comes to playing in Chattanooga. I'll say draw.
The curse ends. The curse ends this year. This is the 10th game in Chattanooga. The curse ends. Richmond wins.
Damn, that's how y'all live? Oh.
4-1. I'm going that way. Because Chattanooga got to go to bed early to get ready for the 12 o'clock game.
You just called them a retirement home? What the fuck?
I'm just saying. You got to think about it. You got to get up and be ready at 9 o'clock to play a game at 12. Man, my knees were hurt. Moving on. South Georgia Tormenta takes on Spokane Velocity.
That should be a Spokane win.
I'm gonna say Tormenta win because I feel like we're fine. No.
I can feel it.
I'm thinking, we're finally seeing the Spokane we expected all along, and then this is where Tormenta thrives, doing shit that we don't
do.
expect.
This has Tormenta written all over it, where you expect Tormenta to get dog walked, and then 1-1, 80th minute, Mason Turnbridge turns out, he bought that life. He scores an absolute rocket. And Spokane just can't get it together.
Yeah.
You that was very specific of you.
Nope. This is exactly the kind of game.
Does that not sound like Tormenta?
I mean,
does that not?
Look, there's got to be one game. There's got to be one game
they're not supposed to beat and lose to the teams they're not supposed to lose to.
There's got to be one game this week where the team you think should win will not win, and this is the prime. Spokane should win.
That one. Okay.
Yeah.
This is that one.
All signs point to it should be Spokane. It's going to be Tormenta.
Union Omaha versus Portland Hearts of Pod. I think this is Union Omaha's home opener as well. Yeah, it is. Home opener. I think this is the Union Omaha get right game. And I know our guy on Blue Sky, Shadow Wolf. Shout out to him. By the way, go follow his podcast, Fallen Leaves Pod on Spotify. You might want to turn this one off early.
I'm going to say a draw because I feel like Omaha is going to go all out in the Open Cup and come back too tired. I'm going to say a draw. If Omaha didn't have their Open Cup match, I would say Omaha. But I think them having the Open Cup, and I think they're going to prioritize that so that they can be the highest third division team and get that money. I think they're going to prioritize that match over this one.
I mean, I still think that they should be able to win this one at least 2-1.
Yeah, I think Omaha walks out of here 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. Because one, I don't think Portland is ready to play on that pitch because that pitch is unique. Like, granted, I think that's a uniqueness of USL League One. Like, there's a real home field advantage depending on what field you play on. So, like Naples, right? Like, it takes you a game to get adjusted to that field. So, when you go back to, you know how to do it. This is their first time going to Omaha where that field is narrow.
Yeah.
Like, narrow. And I don't think Portland's ready to deal with that. And, yeah, look, this be the game. This be the get-right game. And we all, in 2 weeks, we're going to get back on the show and be like, yep, this is the game.
I can see it. I can also see them going all out and not necessarily punting this game, but they might be a little bit off. I don't know. So I'm going to stick with a draw.
And also, the last game was Saturday at 10:30, the game that's going to annoy 2/3 of Walkin 90.
No, 3/3. All of us.
Everyone will be annoyed.
AV Alta versus Texoma.
AV Alta, I swear to God, you better fucking win this game.
Bro.
AV Alta, if you don't piss me off. Just don't piss me off.
Bro, I'm going to keep it a band with you. If AV Alta goes out there, it has 60-70% possession and like 3 shots on goal, I'm going to air this shit out. Like, if Texoma walk out this shit with a clean sheet,
that might be the quick hits. It's just going to be us ranting about AV Alta. That might be the quick kicks of next week.
Like, don't piss me off, AV Alta. Don't piss me off.
That will be the quick kicks. I will do it myself. I will just go on a put solo cam me, and I will go for it.
It's just going to be me. It's going to be Kyle and me. And we're just going to look at each other and go, bro, what the fuck? And then we're just going to have to scream for 3 minutes. And then we'll talk about the game a little bit. And then we'll scream for 3 more minutes. And then we'll say, have a good day.
And like, good job, Texoma, by the way. We'll give you props. It better be AV Alta.
Are we including the Wednesday, the tea time game?
Naples wins. That's easy. Naples.
Yeah, Naples should walk out of that game easy.
They're playing a round 1 of a PGA Tour event time right now.
Bro, this is like Europa League. Like, midweek.
You're out in, like, Eastern Europe.
Group stage Europa League game.
Hey, man.
Like, what are we doing? Why is the sun up? Why is the sun at high noon?
What's your vibe game?
Westchester, Charlotte. That's my vibes.
That's a vibe?
That's the best game out of this round.
That
Tormenta
game has
Spokane.
potential for chaos like you wouldn't believe.
Tormenta
No.
Spokane is my vibes.
No, guys.
Yes.
We know what game is the chaos game.
Yeah, we know.
We know that we all agree AV Alta Texoma is the chaos.
It's chaos.
We know that's chaos. I'm just
But what
saying.
game can you turn on and be like, oh, this game is going to be aesthetically pleasing?
Tormenta
Westchester
Spokane.
and Charlotte.
No, because both these teams are going to do dumb shit. That's not vibes. That is dumb shit.
That's chaos. That's chaos 1B.
Tormenta
There's no
Spokane.
way.
Chaos.
There's no way.
Tormenta Spokane is the only other option. It's not going to be Knoxville, Madison. It's not going to be Omaha, Portland. It's not going to be Chattanooga, Naples. It's
Omaha,
not
Portland could be vibes.
No,
it
it is
cannot be
not.
Tormenta and Spokane. That is vibes. The vibes is coming from one side.
It's going to be more aesthetically pleasing. You're really going to sit here and tell me that watching Chattanooga Richmond is going to be more aesthetically pleasing?
No, I never said Chattanooga Richmond.
I'm just saying, look at all the other matches. None of them are going to be aesthetically pleasing. Westchester
and Charlotte is going to be
piss
aesthetically
you
pleasing.
off. That's going to be annoying.
That's not.
Yes.
Yes, it is. You know it
We
is.
already said Westchester's getting a pen. It's going to be the dumbest pen that they get.
That game is going to piss
Charlotte
you
has
off
no
and
interest
you
in
know it.
defending. Defense
You
is going to be
know it.
optional.
I'm still going Westchester Charlotte. Man, I can even go 1-4 in Madison.
That's not going to be aesthetically
But that's
pleasing.
that's going to be. I feel like that's going to be a boring. That's the boring game.
Yeah.
What?
I don't see it. 1-2 Madison. You know,
No,
1-2
that's
Madison
not going to be
boring.
aesthetically pleasing.
No, it's not going to be aesthetically
They
pleasing.
never have. And this is always a gritty match. And this is like when both of them are at their peak defensively. Add in a Madison attack that is struggling. It's not going. No.
The vibes are clearly Chattanooga Naples.
Oh my God.
That is clearly vibes.
And that is nap time.
End the show. End the show.
Like, ain't no one watching.
That's vibes. That's gonna be. Let me go on lunch and I'll watch the first 30 minutes.
That is a brunch game.
You're going to really tell me if
Brunch.
I brought in someone that never watched USL League One, I'm going to be like, all right, watch this Chattanooga Naples. Why are they playing at noon? Fuck it. I don't know.
Yes.
That's not vibes.
That game is what this league represents. Okay.
Man, I'm
Wednesdays.
mad as a bitch.
That's
brunch.
actually true, unfortunately.
Wednesday brunch soccer. That's what this league is. You say that to someone and you're like, that makes no sense, but all the sense in the world. And then you go, that's why it's vibes.
This is like watching Toronto 2 play in the airport parking lot, basically.
Oh my God.
On a Friday.
Oh,
That's what this match reminds me of.
oh my God.
You're
Real
welcome.
throwback. Hate this. I hate this.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to go logical, and yet
you still proved my point. I'm ready to end now.
I'm gonna piss
My Venmo will be at the bottom.
me off.
It's $5.
I swear to
for
God, if
every
they're not
time you
serving
told me
brunch
I
in
was
this
wrong.
game, if there's no promotional reason for them having this game at 12, like I need a reason.
I have not seen. Chattanooga doesn't post anywhere anyway.
All
So-
right, whatever.
I'm
This is
so
silliness. This is silliness. Oh my God. And now look, so I was just going through the schedule when y'all was talking. Tell me why June 11th, Spokane plays at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night.
Are they at home?
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense at least.
But it's a Wednesday. What are we doing?
It's a home match. That makes more sense than noon on a Wednesday in Chattanooga.
Yeah, no, I think that is the wildest. Because I'm just
At
looking, I'm
least,
trying to see.
at least Spokane is home. So over in Spokane, it's going to be like 7 p.m. That makes sense. It's 7 p.m. local time over there. This game's at noon on a Wednesday.
If they're not serving brunch, what are we doing?
It should be like a day party where there's strippers on one half, there's brunch on the other half, and then there's a soccer game in the middle. Yeah.
It is the only game happening before 4:00 this season.
All right, hold on. I'm going to look at the promotion calendar. Oh, my God. Chattanooga, please update your website. When you click on the promotional calendar, it's from 2024.
I told you they haven't posted it. Check their IG, I
Their
guess.
first thing, it says home finale pink out against Lexington. The game before that is a beer fest. And the game before that is fireworks and Noche de Lobos.
Hey, man.
Oh my God.
Hey.
This got to be a typo. Why is on the last day of the season the Union Omaha is Spokane at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, that's got to be a typo.
If they kick it off at 6 a.m., dog, I'm going to sleep.
No, that one I would. Someone better tweet. Someone better tweet to get that changed.
Yeah, October 25th. Omaha versus Spokane is at 7 a.m. on a
Ain't
Saturday.
No way. I hate this league.
Premier League hours? Prime Premier League? Okay.
This is
All
like
right.
Formula. This is a Formula One race time.
Yo, wild.
Okay. You got it, big dog. Also, what is with I'm just looking at it now. What is with them putting whoever made the schedule wants fights? You got Union versus Spokane, Richmond versus Madison, Western versus Chattanooga, Naples versus Charlotte, Underdogs versus Greenville. And then you got probably the longest fight in U.S. soccer, Portland versus AV Alta. Oh, and then you got Tormentor versus Texas. That final day of the season would be stupid.
Yep.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. Just remember, folks, as always, give us a like, share, and subscribe on all YouTube. Give us on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, at Walkin90Pod. That would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you tell your favorite teacher, happy Teacher Appreciation Day. Send them a nice Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App.
Shout out to nurses as well. Also, Nurse Appreciation Week. So,
God, sorry, right. Happy Nurses Week. I just want 1 week. Sorry.
happy Teacher and Nurse Appreciation Week.
That's so sad that probably two of the most fundamental jobs to American society have to share a week.
Yep.
I was really about to crash out for 2 seconds. My bad. My fault.
At least it was nurses. If it was like, oh yeah, happy like I don't know, like sales week, that'd be a justifiable crash out.
Talk. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to the nurse. Yeah. So with that being said, make sure you go to your game. Remember, support local soccer. What else am I supposed to be saying in this show?
Fuck Charlotte.
Be easy.
Oh yeah, be easy. We will holler at you guys soonish. And
I said fuck Charlotte.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Say it back.
What? No, my life will kill me. And I'm trying to end this show, Eb. Stop playing around. And if Texoma and AV Alta do anything spectacular, it didn't happen.
No. If Naples Chattanooga spectacular happens, it didn't happen.
No, that's better. All right, y'all. Be easy. Be safe. See y'all.